and they stay there, and they say yeah, and they say there.
It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Early season's greetings, NBA fans. I'm Ernie Johnson. Thanks for joining us. Got Shaquille O'Neal here. Got Kenny the Jet Smith here for this edition of the NBA on 2K Sports. Tonight, we'll see the Los Angeles Lakers playing against the Suns in Phoenix. And guys, for the Suns, the season hasn't started the way they had expected it to and have come up against some very difficult matchups. Still plenty of time, of course, to make adjustments, and tonight's game will be another opportunity to try to build that confidence this team needs. Got a couple of minutes here before tip-off. Let's talk about the best of the best. The category this time around, ball handling. Kenny, who's got the best handle?
The best handle in the league right now? Oh, easily. Kyrie Irving and Steph Curry. I'm going Kyrie number one, Steph Curry number 1A. Because
that's my alarm,
I say this, Steph Curry has to use his handle to get his shot, but Kyrie uses it all the time to get everywhere on the floor.
It's Steph Curry, Jamal Crawford.
Ooh.
Then Chris
Nice.
Paul.
Yes.
Maybe a little Rondo, maybe Tony Parker, Derrick Rose, and my sleeper coming off the bench, Orlando, my neighbor, Elfrid Payton.
Kevin Harlan, take it away.
The week is starting off right. Monday night, and 2K Sports presents the NBA. This is Kevin Harlan, joined by my colleagues Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. Phoenix, Arizona is the scene of the oldest West showdown between two of the NBA's longtime enemies. It's the Suns and the Los Angeles Lakers. They're coming off that win in Detroit, taking care of the Pistons. And there wasn't much question as to how that game was going to turn out. They absolutely put the hammer down on them.
And how about the game plan that was constructed for that one? I mean, it was apparent how powerless the D was to stop him.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it. I mean, they just didn't have an answer for anything they threw at them.
Boys, nice time.
And it's the Suns to start out. Now let's check out our starters for the Los Angeles Lakers. Russell is out there with Bryant. Then it's Julius Randle. Then there's Nick Young. And it's Hibbert in at the 5 spot. And Bledsoe, here we go. That's good. Bledsoe's got the opening bucket of the night here for the Suns.
Defensively, that possession better not start a trend because they just handed him 2 points.
One thing about Eric Bledsoe, he made it clear he wanted to be paid like an upper-tier player. And that led to quite a negotiation between he and the Suns last year. Ultimately, the two sides agreed to a 5-year, $70 million deal.
There's the dish tonight. Out of bounds, the Lakers will take possession. On defense, Phoenix, fresh from a win against the Nuggets.
You know, sometimes you're going to win because of your performance, and on occasions, which was the case for them, it's the play of your opponent that allows you to escape with wins.
Well, you're right. I mean, there were a lot of turnovers in that game, some caused by their good defensive play, but some were just carelessness.
Really, the right play defensively, if you can't block, force them to the line.
Yeah, exactly. Prevent the layup, give them a little bump, and then maybe they'll think twice about coming into the lane next time. And if they don't think about it, at least they might be distracted by your presence.
Lakers shooting their first shots from the stripe in this game.
And you really got to give them a ton of credit for what they've done at the free throw line this season. How about 82% as a unit?
And they've increased their percentage quite a bit since last season, guys.
That one misses.
And last season, the Lakers finished last in the Pacific Division once again. Second year in a row, they ended up at the bottom of the barrel.
Lakers on D. Morris with a screen on Bryant. Here's Knight. Feeds to Morris. Russell against Bledsoe. No luck. Nice D from Russell. And the Lakers are at the bottom once again in the Pacific Division, Clark. But, you know, these two seasons we've just seen, the last time they finished last in the Pacific was 1975.
Well, they had a 2-14 record against the rest of the Pacific. And we also know, though, the Lakers don't stay down very long. They'll be back on top before long.
Here's Bledsoe following the basket by Kobe Bryant. And he gets it to go. The first quarter of action, 2 minutes in. To the paint. Hibbert kicks to Young. Nice ball movement here by the Lakers. Russell against Bledsoe. Just 5 on the clock. A leaner. Rebound by the Suns. This their first look at this year's Los Angeles squad.
And they swept the season series against them last year. They really did have the upper hand.
And I think that's where it starts, guys. Neither team a playoff factor, but you work your way up the ladder team by team. And this is really one matchup they feel very confident with.
Here's Russell following the basket by Markieff Morris. Hibbert with the screen. On the wing, Bryant. He's guarded by Knight. Pass to Hibbert. Deflects the pass. Chandler with the steal. And Bledsoe, here we go. Now Russell. Hibbert with the screen. Russell against Bledsoe. Russell passes to Hibbert, and he slams it one-handed.
Flying high and throwing down the hard one-hander.
One of his favorite moves right there, guys.
And really, he does that one as well as anyone. Kev, you're right. That's like his signature move once he goes airborne.
Bledsoe. Almost, but it rolls out. Well, there may be some questions for a while about D'Angelo Russell. People will guess which position he's best at in the NBA. You and I saw him firsthand playing for the Bucks. I mean, he is a terrific talent.
Yeah, he really is. I think he's an old-school guard, Kevin. He can play with the ball and be effective, or he can play off the ball. He's got a really bright future. Loved watching him play and grow as a one-year college guy at Ohio State.
Here's Morris after D'Angelo Russell's bucket from the arc. Good. Tucker's got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball.
He can be a weapon if he gets going early from long range. And guys, one thing that stands out to me about Russell is how good he is at certain NBA plays. Very strong in the pick and roll already, knows how to attack with contact, great vision, and he can also shoot the basketball.
Catching up on the changes for Phoenix. Lenz checked in for Chandler. John Lure comes in for Markieff Morris. T.J. Warren, he's checked in for P.J. Tucker. And it's Booker in for Eric Bledsoe. Passes shot. Good.
And you can say this just about every prospect, but I think with Russell, he'll need some time to adjust. He has the raw skill to play multiple spots on the floor, but each position has a nuance to it that he'll need some time to learn.
Now here's Booker. And it is flushed down with a nice jam. Guys, no one team gaining control early on.
Give and take, back and forth, the whole way thus far.
Yeah, and you look at the lead changes, 6 already.
Here's Williams. Passes to Clarkson. To the middle, stolen by Len. Now, here is Knight. He's covered by Clarkson. Knight kicks to Len. Uncovered. And it's Phoenix scoring again.
Pretty passing. Timely recognition as to where the open man was.
Lakers trail by 3. There's 53 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Now, here's Clarkson. Tight defense on him. He dishes it to Black. 4 on the clock for 3. Williams, and good on the basket. Book it. Williams has got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. Outside Knight. Now, here's Warren. He's covered by Brown. Unloads from 13. Warren, good. Warren's got his first 2 points of the night.
The lead changes hands once more. There has been no separation between these two teams.
You know, it's made for one heck of an entertaining game. Even when it hasn't been the best basketball being played, it sure has been fun to watch.
Clarkson kicks to Black. Williams inside the line. And again, it's the Lakers.
Don't take your eyes off of him because he can make plays from multiple spots on the floor. Put the isolated cam on him.
It's all tied in Phoenix. And the second quarter about to get started. We'll be back in just a moment. And let's hear from Tyson Chandler. He talked about what he brings to this team.
I do a lot that doesn't show up on the stat sheet. That's what I pride myself on. You know, some nights you're not going to get the ball, but you still can be effective on the floor. Whether that's rebounding, playing defense, hustling, trying to create extra shots for your team. Whatever it is necessary that I feel like help my team get a win.
Chandler's long been the kind of player all coaches want on their team. He's the definition, Greg, of an unselfish player who doesn't care about his ego or his stats.
And he knows that and prides himself on it. That also makes him the kind of player his teammates appreciate so much because they know nobody wins any rings without a guy like Tyson Chandler on the team.
And we got a close game here as we get back to the second quarter. And from what we've seen, guys, from Phoenix, what do you guys see?
And it's really about limiting their mistakes. And early on, they've been able to do that here in the first.
And, guys, I like what I've seen from them on the other end, forcing a few giveaways, and that's allowed them to widen that turnover margin.
And now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset our lineups. Taking a look at Los Angeles. They've got Young. Robert Sacre is out there with Julius Randle. Then there's Jordan Clarkson, and it's Williams at the 2 spot. And there's the defensive 3-second call. And guys, what do you think about the offensive approach we've seen so far for Los Angeles?
And so far, these guys have done a fantastic job finding the opening man and getting some easy baskets.
Something else they've been able to do so far tonight is earn those tough points in the paint.
Free throw good, Booker.
And guys, in a draft with so many talented big men and lead guards, Booker was a bit of a hot commodity. One of the purest sharpshooters in the draft, has a lightning-quick release on his jump shot.
The Suns making a switch here. Chandler's checked in, and Los Angeles making a change here as well. Russell, he's checked in for Jordan Clarkson. Morris, no good.
You know, they don't score on that shot, but they're going to be happy with those kinds of possessions.
Young dishes to Russell. Back to Young. Kicks to Russell. Dishes to Randle. Chandler with the steal. Bledsoe with it. 11 points last game. And foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot 2. That's on D'Angelo Russell. And with Booker, you know, who is a Kentucky guy, he's a sharpshooter, Greg. You were talking about that. His dad actually played at the University of Missouri. He was a pretty good shooter. Clark, this Booker has a pretty good frame to work with, and I think that's going to serve him well in the NBA.
Yeah, I agree with you. I like his size. I like his stroke. I like his toughness. I think he's going to be better defensively than people think. He's got a lot of good stuff in his game already.
P.J. Tucker, he's checked in for Phoenix. Roy Hibbert's checked in for the Lakers. Bryant comes in for Lou Williams. He's perfect from the line this time.
Tell you what, guys, it was a bit of a mixed bag for Eric Bledsoe last season. Average career highs in rebounds and assists. Those were the good parts. but for some reason the field goal and three-point percentages dropped 30-plus points.
Now here's Bryant. He picked up 15 points in their last win against Detroit. Russell inside, guarded by Bledsoe, and that one's good. Russell. Clark, talked about a back-and-forth game. This is the definition of that.
Yeah, no doubt about it, Kevin. I mean, not even through the first half, and it's been one heck of a battle.
You have to love these kinds of games, scoring-wise, keeping everybody on their toes.
And talking about Eric Bledsoe, he took on a lot more responsibility last season, Greg, especially after the trades in Phoenix. He became the main focal point of their offense.
And you know what? It was his first year of kind of being the man. Signed the big contract coming into the season, and now there's a responsibility that goes with being the go-to guy. Eric has the talent to shine, though, in that role.
Now here's Bledsoe. After D'Angelo Russell's miss, really left alone that time. Morris has got the lead up to 3 now for the Suns.
Well, I like the way they're sharing the ball, and Bledsoe right in the middle of spreading it around.
Randall is screen on Bledsoe. Russell kicks to Randall. Chandler with the block, and he gets it back. Quarter number 2, around 3 minutes gone by. And Bledsoe, here we go. And he makes good on the layup. Bledsoe's got 6 here in this quarter. And guys, let's get your take on the hustle stats for Phoenix.
Great hustle defensively through the first half, contesting everything and racking up the block shots.
Yeah, another thing they've done well, guys, is getting in the passing lanes. They've been active with their hands, feet have been in good position, and they've come up with a lot of steals. That's making a difference here, too.
Misses off the right iron.
That's a shot he's got to hit. You don't get many looks better from that range.
He feeds it to Tucker. He kicks it to Morris. And out of bounds as the Lakers gain possession. Let's go to the 2K leaderboard. These teams have been terrific at turning turnovers into points. The Lakers in 5th.
You know, when you make a mistake against this team, they make you pay. I mean, because they convert those turnovers into fast break points, and that really can be demoralizing.
Now, here is Russell. To the middle. And with that, the Phoenix lead is cut down to just 3 in the basket from Young.
Those are the kind of nice inside looks they've gotten in the first half here.
And I think they should continue to work the ball down low, Clark. It's really going to free up their outside shooting.
The Phoenix Suns weren't terrible at home by any means last year. They ended up over 500, but, Greg, they weren't quite dominant enough at home to get in the playoffs.
That's a great point. I mean, they finished the year +3 in terms of wins at home. Not bad, but not good enough when you're talking about that Western Conference.
November. Let's see how things are shaking out in the West early in the season. Look at the Lakers. They were hoping to get off to a better start to the season. Things are still early, so they still may have a chance. And checking out Phoenix, a half game back.
Well, right now for the Suns, nobody was calling on them to kind of set the world on fire. But even those modest expectations have yet to be realized.
Yeah, you know, Greg, it's been a shame for their fan base, too, because they haven't really had much to be optimistic about to this point.
Now, here is Knight. Looking for his first basket still in this one. Trying to get open his land. Good! And the Suns lead by 5.
You know, when you talk about the Suns, their play at home sums up their season. When you are just above average in the West, you won't be in the playoffs. You've got to be really good at home to make it in the West in the playoffs.
Clarkson with the ball. He's guarded by Knight. Black plays it up and banks it in. Black's got his first bucket in this one.
He had his head on the swivel and was able to pick out the pass and get the assist.
Now here's Knight. He's covered closely. His first shot coming late. Rebounded by Clarkson.
And Phoenix had some turnover issues at home last year, but overall, and to drive this home, they just were okay here in this building, and that's not going to cut it.
Now here's Bryant. And here's Bass. Here's Black. Soft touch off the glass. And now just a 1-point Suns lead.
The game has been very close in a lot of areas, but rebounding has been the one differentiator thus far.
And Greg, we've seen it time and time again in games. Effort and determination on the glass can make up for a lot of other weaknesses.
Lure the pass to Weems. Suns moving the ball around. Here's Warren. Another three for Phoenix. Lakers trail by 4. Clarkson kicks to Kobe. To the right side. Let's go. And good as it rattles through the hoop.
Jordan Clarkson.
Knight. And so it's a close game as we wrap up the first half of basketball. Phoenix ahead, up by 2. And time now to go courtside as we send you over to Doris Burke from the sideline. Doris?
Well, Roy, you've gotten some bench production tonight that's made an impact here. Tell us how the depth has shaped the team's mentality and identity.
We're a complete team. You know, from top to bottom, we got guys on the bench that are just as good as our starting 5. And we can go out there and produce. And defensively, if we keep this up, we'll be all right tonight.
Roy, well done. A team effort. Guys, back to you.
Thank you, Doris. And we'll be right back after halftime for the start of quarter number 3.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello again, everybody. Ernie Johnson here alongside Kenny, the Jet Smith, and Shaquille O'Neal. We'll be looking back at the game's first half. For the Suns, the first quarter was pretty even. Nothing seemed to give way on either side of the scoring column as they wrapped up the period all knotted up. The second quarter was a strong effort for them as they continued to battle, and they were able to close out the half in a good position. Kenny, let's start with you. What did you think about the Suns?
They're playing with a sense of urgency, even though they're at home. Sometimes you feel so comfortable on your home court, the other team can jump on you. But they know these fans have their back, and now they're well positioned to build a lead in the second half.
Shaq, what was your takeaway on the Lakers?
They played some solid team basketball, Arnie. Pretty good. They were sharing the ball. We saw some nice feeds, a lot of movement. It wasn't 5 individuals out there. It was one cohesive unit, and they got the assist to show for it. Their rhythm was nice.
And now, folks, it's just about time for the third quarter to begin. We will see you after the final buzzer.
And now the start of the second half. Neither side jumping out ahead through the first 2 quarters. Eric Bledsoe really making a difference here.
You just love it when the decision-making is as good as it was there in that first half. Didn't force anything.
Guys, I think here in the second half, though, they may want him to be a little more assertive. Start hunting more for his shot, even the tough one.
The Lakers trail.
And on the bench for the Suns is Jeff Hornacek, probably one of the tougher coaches in the league. He'll bend your ear if you make mental errors.
Bledsoe and Knight of the backcourt. Tucker and Morris holding the forward spots. And it's Chandler in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. So that's the lineup on the floor for the Suns. That's good. And so here's Phoenix. And for Coach Hornacek, Greg, you learned from one of the toughest coaches as a player. You know, several trips to the finals. And you know this guy well, Clark. Jerry Sloan was the guy that molded Jeff Hornacek.
One of the outstanding coaches in the history of the NBA, Jerry Sloan. Although Hornacek saw all that success in Utah, this is a homecoming job for him because he started his career in Phoenix.
And he found the perfect spot behind the arc there. Big gap in the D.
Suns trail by 3. Bledsoe outside. Got a hand on it. And oh, here we go. Young's got it. The fast break chance. And he gets it to go. 6 points for D'Angelo Russell.
3 for 3, and that's always a good way to start the second half.
Bryant against Knight. Takes the 12-footer and hits. Knight's got his first points of the night.
How about that move? You'll see very few players able to pull off. Just sensational stuff.
Russell dishes to Hibbert, and that one's good. Hibbert's got the lead up to 5 now for Los Angeles.
And good passing, setting up a lot of these buckets right now, Kevin. That's been the key.
Dime-dropping delights is what I call it.
That is a nice pass. I will give you that one.
Yeah, he was on the money, that's no doubt. And it hung on the rim, but wouldn't fall for him.
Still a bit chilly from the field at the start of this third quarter. 1 of 4 so far.
Ooh, and this is turning into a slow start here in the second half. Seems like they left that offense in the locker room.
And one feels bad for the way Julius Randle's career started. I was there that night. First game of the season, 7th pick out of Kentucky in the 2014 draft. Suited up for 1 game, broke his right leg 14 minutes in. And the guy that comforted him the most, I recall very vividly, Kobe Bryant stayed with him the entire time when he was really in shock on the floor.
He was, and unfortunately, for so many reasons. For one, he had really been progressing in the Summer League, and the Lakers obviously had high hopes for him. And when he went down, that was the start of the rest of the ship kind of going down with him.
And the first one at the line is good.
And, you know, going back to Randle's rookie year, his troubles really started during medical checkups before the draft. They found a foot injury dating back to high school. The 5th metatarsal had been broken, which may be why he fell a few spots in the draft.
Booker, he's checked in for Knight. And then for Los Angeles, Sacre comes in for Roy Hibbert, and it's Williams in for Bryant. Both free throws good from Randle.
And talking about Randle's rookie injuries, the Lakers were going to let him play through the foot. But once he broke the leg, they did season-ending surgery on the foot as well. Hopefully, now he can just stay healthy and get to play the game he loves.
Los Angeles leading by 5. Outside, Russell. A floater, can't get it to go. Chandler with the defensive effort. For Phoenix, they've gone 2 of 7 from the field in the third. That leaves room for improvements here. Young with the steal. The feed to Williams. Picked by Randle. Russell with a wide open look. Oh, and that one had the right spin on it, and it is good. Russell's got 4 points now in the quarter. Well, Phoenix shooting at 52% from the field. They're clicking. Bledsoe against Russell. And it's Bledsoe off the drive. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him. Lou Williams won the 6th man award last year, Clark, in the NBA. He's not a playmaker, although he kind of plays that position a little bit. This guy scores the ball very well coming off the bench.
He really does. I mean, he looks like a guard because of his size, but he's truly an explosive scorer. And that's the strength of his game, and that's who he is and what he does.
2 shots.
And he makes the first.
You know, and when you look at Lou Williams, he's always had a shooting guard skill set in kind of a point guard's body. Now, he's not just a long-range bomber. He will attack the basket and earn his share of trips to the foul line, and that's where he's really deadly. 86% from the stripe last season.
And the Suns making a change here. Len's checked in. Bledsoe hits them both.
And, you know, back to Williams, sometimes it's better to own one thing, be a master at that, than try to fit a round peg into a square hole. I mean, he's not a really good passer. Never has been. That's not who he is. But he can heat up quickly as a scorer. And that's the side where you put jelly and butter on his toast.
Well, go ahead then and just hammer it home, why don't you?
He might not be the athlete that some of the other big men are in this league, but my goodness, he still knows how to finish.
Well, he doesn't count on elevation or hang time, that's for sure, but he can still get it in the basket.
Morris cannot hit. And the Lakers going the other way now.
And they're controlling the boards, Kevin. That's +5 in that category.
And, guys, you know that rebounding is a huge part, a huge component of winning games. It's not a glamour stat, but it's necessary if you're going to be a winning team.
They get it back, and the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Len. So for the Suns, John Lure comes in for Morris, and Warren subbed in for P.J. Tucker. And Los Angeles making a change here as well. Brown's checked in. 6 on the shot clock. And again, the Lakers no good.
Outstanding perimeter defense there. That was a well-contested shot.
Yeah, and you know he takes a lot of pride in his defense. There are no easy threes if he's on it.
And when the size advantage is as big as it was there, I mean, that's exactly what he's supposed to do in that situation.
Tarek Black, he's checked in for Los Angeles. Now let's take a moment to get your guys' take on the scoring so far for the Lakers.
Fantastic passing. We saw it in the first half, and it's carried over here in the second.
It's been a hot shooting night for them, too. I mean, they've hit a lot of those mid-range jump shots.
What a year for the Suns in terms of transactions. Started the season with Dragic and Thomas on the roster and moved them both, Clark, at the deadline.
And, you know, most folks saw the Dragic trade coming after his disagreements with the team. The Thomas trade was a bit of a surprise, though.
Len sets a screen for Bledsoe. Booker in the corner. Warren the pass to Lure. It's good from about 19 feet. Lure's got his second bucket tonight. The Lakers in the lead.
And as you said, the Suns made a flurry of deals at the deadline. You knew they would move one guard, but ended up moving 2. Brought back 1 as well.
Now, here's Clarkson. Pass gets an open look, and he gets the shot to fall after coming off the pick.
Boy, they are passing the ball very crisply right now.
They really are, and their last 3 buckets have come by way of an assist.
Warren with the ball. Brown's there. Bledsoe outside. Shot from the wing. Rebounded by the Lakers.
When the Suns made all those trades, you kind of figured there would be some adjustment, and they did fall off a bit. Still, they felt what they had wasn't quite good enough going forward, so they got a jump on rebuilding last year.
Suns trail by 4. Tries from 7. And it's off the back rim, no good.
Yeah, but you have to love that tough interior defense.
And, Greg, that's exactly what he gives you. I mean, he's constantly making his presence felt around the rim.
We welcome you back to what has been a good one here as we get into the 4th quarter. Phoenix shooting 48% from the field. Not bad at all. So for the Lakers right now, Kobe and Randall, the forward duo. Clarkson is out there with Russell. And it's Hibbert in at the 5, roaming the paint. Now, here is Morris. Buries it down low. Morris has got the fourth quarter started here with a bucket for Phoenix. Knight against Russell. Outside Bryant. Stolen by Tucker. Here's Booker, and Kobe Bryant gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul.
Yeah, that's a tough call right there, and really a tough break for the D.
Greg, no problem for me with that call. I mean, he was still sliding right there.
Los Angeles making a switch here. Young's checked in. Now here's Booker, guarded by Kobe. Morris kicks to Booker. Bryant with the rebound. And Los Angeles guys shooting 59% up to this point. They're working for great shots, and they're hitting them. Here's Russell. No good on the 3. The Suns trailing. Here's Booker. The shot goes down and gets his game back to even.
I like the fact that he led his teammate right to the ideal spot. You don't always throw it to your teammate. You throw it to where he needs to be.
Russell dishes to Kobe. Now, here is Young. The pass to Russell. Back to Young. Randall with a screen for Young. Shot clock at 5. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2.
And guys, it looked like Nick Young had finally put it all together. I mean, he had a huge campaign 2 years ago, signs the new 4-year deal. Then last year, disaster strikes. I mean, he provided very little to the team outside of shooting the basketball. And even with that, he dropped to a career worst, 37% from the field.
And he knocks down the first one. Well, Greg, getting back to Young, it's tough to completely judge him on last year's numbers because he was fighting through knee injuries, ankle injuries, all kinds of things. Clark, they only played 42 games.
Yeah, but when he's right, he can light it up. I mean, he's a go-to scorer, but he just never got right last season.
So 1 for 2 that time at the stripe.
Talk about complete control. Everything working in this one for Nick Young. He's got 8 points and 1 steal as well. He's getting it done, making plays by setting up his teammates and grabbing some nice boards, too.
And also, how about the intangibles, all the little things that he's done? That's also really important.
I think they need to get much more disruptive defensively. They can't just keep allowing these easy baskets.
That's got to be job number 1 right now. Nothing easy on the inside.
Now here's Kobe. The shot misses. Some solid defense from Knight. The Suns leading. And Booker kicks to Knight. Chandler with the screen on Kobe. It's Knight with the drive. And Hibbert with the block. Here's Young. Good work defensively by Morris.
That's not the type of opportunity he fails to convert very often. Wow, the fans are really getting their money's worth tonight. What an entertaining ball game.
Up to this point, Greg, it's been almost impossible to separate these teams. I think this one's going to be close all the way.
The Lakers weren't very good at all last season, Clark, and they just didn't have any teeth in their road game.
Well, you know, they shot threes on the road well, Kevin. Top percentage in the league, as a matter of fact. Still, they just couldn't hold on to leads.
Catch up with Doris from the sideline.
Yes, during that break, Coach Byron Scott had some words for his team. He really wants them to try to push the tempo here. See if they can get a few easy buckets in transition, saying, listen, we're playing station to station right now. Let's try to catch them off guard, guys. Let's see if they can do exactly that, Kevin.
Eric Bledsoe's checked in for Phoenix.
And the Lakers would end with a road record of 9-32. That is a franchise worst for them and sums up the year they had away from Staples.
And Phoenix has possession following the bucket by the Lakers. Here's Morris. No good. So the Lakers will take it the other way.
Just not there from a rhythm standpoint right now. It's really eluding him.
Young passes to Bryant. And he gets that one to go off the front iron. And the Lakers lead by 1.
You know, looking at the Lakers, a big thing for them as we get back to their road woes is they didn't win a single game on the road in their division. In a word, that's terrible.
And Bledsoe, here we go.
Good numbers for Bledsoe tonight. 12 points, and he's done his job at the charity stripe. He's gotten 4 of his points from there.
And that's a good place to get them. They don't come easier than that, but you've got to get yourself there first.
At the line for your Suns, Eric Bledsoe. 2 shots.
He's off on the first. Alex Len's checked in for Tyson Chandler. Williams, he's checked in for the Lakers. And he's good on the second.
You can tell that miss at the line might stick with him for a while. Always hurts to miss a chance to take the lead.
Young left side. Blanketed by the D. He fights to the rim for the layup.
He's played an important role in their offense today, guys. Without him, they may not be in the lead.
Knight dishes to Tucker. It's Knight with the drive. Morris kicks to Knight. Some nice ball movement here by the Suns. Just 5 to shoot. Near the three-point line, it's Bledsoe. Phoenix, no good that time either.
Well, he's building a house with those bricks. I mean, one reason is he keeps trying to force it up when he's defended well. Move the ball, share the sugar.
Now, here is Young, stolen by Bledsoe. 1:33 left in the game. Out of bounds, the Lakers will take possession.
Huge turnover there, and at a bad time, too. You have to value every possession.
Goes up off the inbound, but he recovers it. And they're pushing it up. The rebound by Young. Young's got his 4th rebound in this one. Williams' shot is off. Suns have gotten just under 45% of their attempts to drop in the 4th, 4 of 9. Knight passes to Bledsoe. And there's the whistle, fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line.
taking 2 shots.
Shooting 2. Shooting 2.
Gets the first. That narrows the gap to 1. And that's good as he hits both of his shots.
He's got ice water in his veins, fellas. No way he's going to miss from the line when the game's still hanging in the balance. I've seen him make too many in this situation.
And now, your Suns dancers.
Russell against Len. Russell kicks to Young. Hibbert with the screen. Young dishes to Randall. 6 on the shot clock. Pass to Williams. Takes the 3. Gets the 3 to fall.
What a bucket at one of the more crucial moments of the game.
How about the cool, collected way in which he delivered it? Clutch.
Len passes to Morris. Count it! And that shot brings them to within just 1.
Yeah, beautiful play on the interior. They're just using the height advantage to lay the ball up and in when they really needed that basket.
Now, here is Young. And there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line. Alex Len picks one up.
And they had a foul to give, but you want to use it on the ground.
Yeah, I agree with you there, but at least they did get the clock stopped. That is the one saving grace of that situation.
And he cannot get the first one to drop. Tough one to miss. And he ends up making the second, and that will put them up by 2. And Phoenix has possession. The shot and game clock separated by 4. And it's Bledsoe off the drive. Rebound the Lakers. And he commits the intentional foul.
And you know what? Smart foul. You got to try and extend the game.
Sure, it's not over. The clock is as much a problem for them as the score is right now, so they got to try to manage it.
Gets the first, and that makes it a 3-point lead. And so both free throws are good, and it's a 4-point ball game.
Wow, I tell you what, those free throws will give them some much-needed breathing room. 2-possession game now.
And now, your Suns dancers.
Here's Knight off the screen. It's rebounded by Roy Hibbert.
Good little two-man action there, but they just can't get the shot to fall.
Yeah, but that was a beauty. Good-looking shot, well-executed play. I wouldn't be surprised to see them go back to it.
2 shots.
Okay, gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
So the first one drops, and that puts them up by 5. And so he drops them both. It's a 6-point ball game.
That ought to do it. I think any chance for a miracle comeback just went out the window with those freebies.
Here's Tucker. Phoenix no good that time either. And so the Lakers take the win. A narrow win under difficult circumstances, Greg, as the visiting team.
It really was, but that didn't seem to bother them. I mean, road team, home team, all I know is they were the better team.
Well said. And a chance now to send you over to Doris Burke, standing by on the sideline. Doris?
Kevin, I'm here with Roy Hibbert. Roy, what does this sort of grind-it-out win say about your basketball team?
We're a tough team. We like to grind wins out. And, sometimes it's not always pretty, but we're trying to get the job done. And our bench did a great job of keeping us in there, so I'm really happy.
A great team effort, Roy. Thank you. Kevin, over to you.
All right, Doris, thank you. And that'll do it, folks. This is Kevin Harlan saying thank you for watching. Now time to head over to the studio where the award-winning Ernie Johnson is with Shaq and Kenny, all standing by. Guys, take it away.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Kevin, thank you. So why don't we take a look now at our Jordan Player of the Game?
His field goal percentage was excellent, up over 60%. This was a player in total control of his game. He didn't try to do too much. He didn't get reckless, just took what the defense gave him.
Well, certainly a solid night for him offensively. Excellent production pretty much everywhere. He was what I call NSV, Ernie, a nice safety valve. When they needed to open up the valve, he came through with that offense.
And folks, that's it for us. Thank you for tuning in. Always a pleasure. For Kenny the Jet Smith, for Shaquille O'Neal, this is Ernie Johnson. Have a great night.